Hello everyone. In today's class we will see the remaining types of verbs. So the next type we can see here is action verbs. So what are action verbs? They indicate what the subject is performing. So action verbs can make the listener or reader feel the emotions, see the scenes more realistic and accurate. So there are two types of action verbs, transitive or intransitive verbs. So we will see both of them. First is transitive verbs. Transitive verbs must have a direct object. So transitive verbs ke object ಇರಲೇಬೇಕು. ಇದು ಏನಾದರೂ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಯಾವ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಆ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಷನ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನಮಗೆ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ದೇರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಟಿವ್ ವರ್ಬ್. Okay, so examples are I painted the car. So painted is a paint is a verb. Okay, painted is in the past tense. So illina only I painted ಅಂತಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ ಏನಾಯಿತು painted ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ಪೇಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ವಾಲ್ಗೆ ಪೇಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರಾ, ಕಾರ್ಗೆ ಪೇಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವ, that object is required in the sentence. Okay, so these type of verbs are called as transitive verbs. So in this example we can see I painted the car. So what exactly we have painted, what action has been done? Action is painted, and what is the object here? Car is an object. So we require an object for transitive verbs to tell what exactly the action is happening. Another example is she is reading the newspaper. She is reading. Okay, so read is the verb here. So what is she reading? Only read antandre what is she reading? Is she reading a book or she reading a newspaper? So here also we need an object. Okay, object enide ille newspaper is an object, verb is reading. Okay, she subject, verb is reading, the newspaper object. So I think it is very clear that transitive verbs alli nimge ಏನು ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Then coming to intransitive verb, so intransitive verbs do not act upon anything. So they don't act upon anything. They may be followed by an adjective. The adjective, adverb, preposition or any other part of speech na follow agutte. Okay, so they don't require any object like transitive verb. She smiled. So we are not, see here we have only the subject and the verb. Smile is the verb, so we are not here focusing on the object. Okay, even the sentence tells she smiled is just a sentence where object is not there. She is the subject and smile is the verb. Okay, so this type of verbs are called as intransitive verbs. I wake up at 6 a.m. Okay, I wake up at 6 a.m. So here you can see object is not required. Okay, I wake up at 6 a.m. It's just a sentence where you are telling I wake up at 6 a.m. So object is not required, unlike the transitive verb. Okay, so these are the action verbs. These two types are the action verbs. The next type is linking verbs. So linking verbs alli enagutte andre a linking verb adds detail about the subject. Okay, so it creates the link. Okay, it creates the link between the subject on the complement instead of showing the action. So instead action torsokinta link torsutte. Okay, what is the link between the two things anta the linking verbs will be telling. So generally these linking verbs are called be verbs, which are like am, is, are, was, were. Inta verbs, inta words na we use them as linking verbs. Okay, so however there are some other verbs which can work as linking verbs. So there are some other verbs also. Example, act, feel, okay, remain, appear, become, seem, smell, sound, grow, look. Intavella verbs no, they can be used as linking verbs. Okay, so once we see the examples you will come to know. Here you can see she appears ready for the game. We are just adding a detail. She appears andre we are just showing her, like we are just expressing a feeling there that she appears ready for the game. The food seemed delicious. We can even say the food was delicious. Okay, the food was delicious ಅಂದ್ರೂ ತಪ್ಪಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ದ ಫುಡ್ ಸೀಮ್ಡ್ ಡೆಲಿಷಿಯಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ನೋಡುವಾಗಲೇ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯಿತು ಆ ಫುಡ್ ತುಂಬ ಡೆಲಿಷಿಯಸ್ ಇದೆ. So what we are doing here, we are just linking to make it more, more expressive. Okay, a sentence we are making it more expressive. Okay, so these are called as linking verbs. And another one is you look happy. You are happy ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಏನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಯು ಲುಕ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಬೈ ಸೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಯು, ನೀನು ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಏನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ, ಸೊ ಯು ಲುಕ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ. Hope you know now that what are these linking verbs. Okay, we are linking the subject and the complement, and we are telling what it andre salpa express ಮಾಡಿ we are telling them. Okay, then the next type is auxiliary verbs. So auxiliary verbs are also called as helping verbs. Okay, helping verbs na ನಾವು auxiliary verbs ಅಂತನೂ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. So they extends the main verb by helping to show the time, tense and possibility. ಸೊ ಆಕ್ಸಿಲರಿ ವರ್ಬ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಯಾವ ಟೆನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಏನು ಪಾಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೆಲ್ಪಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಬ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಅಸ್. Okay, so helping verbs are be verbs, have and do. Okay, then they are used in continuous and perfect tenses. Okay, so these are used continuously, illandre progressive innu aagta ide ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಸಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ they will be telling. Let's see the examples of auxiliary verbs now. So before that, linking verbs, they work as main verbs. Okay, auxiliary verbs, they help the main verbs. So do is an auxiliary verb. Okay, here do is an auxiliary verb. So here we can ask, ಡೂ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕ್ವೆಶನು ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ಏನಾದರೂ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ಆರ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಸಮ್ ಎಂಫಸಿಸ್, ಅದನ್ನು ಫೋಕಸ್ಸು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಈ ಥರ ನಾವು ಡೂ ಅಂತ ವರ್ಡಿಂದ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಫೋಕಸ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸಿ ಸಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್. ನೇಹಾ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಸ್ಕೂಲ್. ಸೊ ಈಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ verb and Neha is going to school. So here we are telling in which tense it is. It is in the present and it is continuous. Okay, it is progressive. So Neha is going to school. She is going. Then they are walking in the park. I have seen a movie. Have is a helping verb and seen is the verb. Do you drink tea? So here you are asking a question. Do is an auxiliary verb, I have already told you. So how it can be used to ask a question? Don't waste your time. We are just advising, don't waste your time. Okay, then you can here see, please do submit your assignments. Here do ಬಂದ್ರೂ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಇನ್ ದ ಅಬೌವ್ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಡೂ ಯು ಡ್ರಿಂಕ್ ಟೀ ಅಂದಾಗ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್. ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ದೆಮ್ ಟು ಸಬ್ಮಿಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. Okay, so these are some helping or auxiliary verbs used in the sentence. Okay, thank you very much.